is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us.
He gets sucker punched, honestly.
I noticed when an old woman crossed the street after looking at me that, Kian, maybe this isn't a look. Well, I borked editing a scene, and now we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Because apparently you can't edit a scene unless you are on that scene. This is a lesson I have learned.
Wait, can I force this to overlay just onto?
You can if you hit the little thumbtack button when you pop out. It's like
Where's
bottom
that?
right. So if you have to hit into the game chat thing where all of our 5 screens are. Tinkly. And then there will be like a...
Oh, pop out.
Yep, and then there's a thumbtack in the bottom right once you pop out. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. You guys last time connected with Crowan Valharrow, the High Harper in Everland. He gave you access to a network of teleportation circles that the Harpers use in an effort to aid you on your quest to stopping the rampaging giants across the north. You then quickly use that teleportation network to come to Waterdeep and meet up with Zelron Roaringhorn, who you explained to whom you explained your quest to, and he seemed very eager to aid you as the giants have impacted him as well, it seems. Although you were interrupting one of his parties, and he was quick to resolve that. You guys are in Waterdeep now, outside of this massive villa, back on the street. What would you like to do?
Well then, I believe there was one other contact we had to make in Waterdeep.
Was there? There was
Uh,
the ship be over, but we don't really need to talk to her. You can just beckon her for a.
We don't need
service.
to, but we're already here. And may as well sashay down to the dock district, eh?
Could hurt.
And I do mean sashay. I'll be watching your legs, Bulwark.
If we did take the free ride, when it says the coast, could we ask her to like take us to the Corin Archipelago or the whale boat?
What's your what now?
Well,
Just go to the most obscure location to make Tony's life miserable.
yeah,
The islands.
It was mentioned that we could potentially get like a free ride on the coast. I don't know if those count.
I guess you'll find out when you make this contact, if that's what you choose to do.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What time of day is it right now?
That's a good question. You're in Waterdeep now. You were in Everland. There's probably a time zone difference between the two. It was probably noonish when you used the teleportation circle there. Took you some time to get from the City of the Dead to the northward, and then you had this meeting with Zelron. I would say Waterdeep time, it's probably like 1:30, but to you it probably feels like 2:30.
The complex
As in
time
PM?
zones.
As in PM?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not that far apart.
So, to the dock district to go to wherever the hell Blue thinks he can get away with going to. And also so I can get in trouble for fun. You know, I might get shanked. It'll be quite a laugh.
I'm sure she'll be fine. I can calm her emotions. Actually, no, I can't. I don't know if that's helped. It was useless on my glaive, so it's gone.
It's fine, it's fine. You know, sometimes you need a good stabbing to remind yourself that you're a terrible person.
Okay, let's go down to the dock district then. Do we still have a map of Waterdeep, or?
Yes, could we get the map up?
I forgot that I made it. I'm gonna be honest. Where is
Why
it?
is
Oh,
you-
did I
what
make
you
one?
Eldritch Blasting?
Oh no, Joe shared one.
I think,
I need to get
yeah,
into our
I didn't.
Discord chat.
I'll try to find it and forward it.
I thought I did. Oh no, I think it was too big for Roll20. I don't know
There
how
was
they
also
do it.
one in the book that you told us to look at.
Yeah, oh, that's what it was. Yeah, just in
There
the
you go.
Waterdeep Dragon Heights module at the very back, player version.
Okay, let's open up Jack's notes as well. Shared with me.
I do love Jack's notes.
Open a new tab. Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't updated them in a while, but we're looking for an Minerva cold water.
Yeah, so we don't know where she. I feel like I'm yawning. I feel like we would have been told a place, but I guess we've forgotten that.
I worked out. I got enough info to find out she's in the docks, but not past that. They said ask around there.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, I guess we'll go down into the dock district and I don't know, ask a guard or something where we
Aye.
might find Minerva cold water.
Okay. Are you going to take some time to walk down to the dockboard, or will you hire a carriage?
I think you mentioned it takes hours to walk around here, so yes, we
Yeah,
definitely
probably hire a carriage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that Waterdeep is on the scale of, and this is going to have no frame of reference for you, but it's on the scale of New York City, it looks like.
Yeah, that has no frame of reference.
Probably
But,
for
I don't know
Kian
if you
and
guys
Joe,
visited,
probably London. It's
Oh,
probably about
bloody
that
hell.
size. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah, I
to
was
Uh,
thinking
let me
London.
let me think. Can I pull out a big city of Australia off the top of my head?
Which
I
I
don't.
feel like
Sydney.
both
How big is
probably
Sydney? How big is Sydney?
How big is Sydney?
Not that big, it's shit.
Whatever the
Yeah,
biggest city in Australia is, that's about how
I've
big
been to
Waterdeep is.
London, it's fine.
Okay.
Is it as big a cesspit as London?
Honestly, yes.
Oh, great.
Yep.
We should
Whenever
about
you have
Sydney.
big beacons of civilization, you're gonna have your seedy underbelly. Poverty's gonna be a problem.
For any of our Southern English viewers, the beliefs of me do not reflect on the beliefs of the rest of the Sword Coast Curios. However, they are my beliefs.
My belief's a fact. Sydney the shit, don't go there.
Okay. If you toss a gold for a carriage driver, he can have you there in about half the time it would have taken you to walk. You are promptly dropped off on Snail Street in the dock ward, unless you have a more specific destination in mind.
No, that'll do. I'm probably going to try hail somebody, try to ask them. Somebody who looks like a sailor. I imagine I'd be able to find, me in particular, would be able to find somebody who I think would work on ships.
I'm assuming for the purpose of finding this Minerva cold water. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Make a charisma investigation check.
Okie dokie. So my investigation is 1. So that's just a charisma check plus 1.
I was wanting to do this anyway. Can I cast Enhance Ability Eagle Splendor on Cole? Because I do want him having advantage on charisma checks as we meet this lady.
Sure.
How would I do an investigation charisma check?
So it's going to be a charisma check, and if you're proficient in investigation, add your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so it's just flat charisma then.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage.
19.
All right.
I'll roll it again because I've got advantage. Maybe I'll get a 20. Let's go with the 19.
So you go around the dock ward for probably about an hour or so, asking about Captain Coldwater, and you get the impression that the people that you ask are trying to avoid telling you bad news. And so they end up directing you to the captain of the Moon Maiden, Osk Thunderhail, and
Okay,
that he is he's currently in the Hanging Lantern, which is a like a almost like a fantasy club. They say Festal, but for us it's fantasy club. And it's near the docks, so we'll say that it is on the corner of Dock Street and Odd Street.
Gotcha.
Was that Orsk Thunderhail?
Osk.
What was the name of the ship?
Awesome.
I'll put it in the chat.
For some reason, the name Thunderhail rings a bell, and that is worrying to me. Looks like Enviro might have kicked the bucket though.
Clearly not. I guess we can find out what happened.
The Moon Maiden, huh? Yeah, that definitely sounds familiar.
How far away is... Where did they say they were?
Now that you're in the dock ward, it's not particularly difficult to find. It'd probably be like a 15-minute walk from wherever you are.
Okay. What was
On
it
our
called?
way to the walk while no one's looking, I want to transform, because I'm 4 foot something tall. I want to transform myself into a 3 foot version of Cole and like walk like in lockstep behind him by a little bit and see how long
What?
it takes me to realize.
With my passive perception, a while.
Blue. I could do the same thing.
You guys don't want to transform into Cole of all people in the dock ward. You don't want to do that.
Blue's not going to, but it would be funny. It would be like Cole at average height, Bulwark, and then Blue.
And all three of us get stabbed.
What was the name of that place we're going to again?
The Hanging Lantern.
The Hanging Lantern, that's right. Alright, let's go there. Another party.
Give me 1 second.
Combat map.
A bar fight, yay!
It's likely.
You're at Guardians.
We're gonna need them.
Kill everyone in the bar fight? No.
Let's not kill people. Can we agree on that?
Perhaps. Blue's gone rogue.
Blue has changed. He has fallen to the dark side.
Of the Force. What's the name of that guy's actor? I always forget it, but I love him.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
I don't know. Who's this
Palpatine's
you're talking about?
actor. I'll get
Oh. I
know what's wrong, but
don't
Keith
know.
Ledger was like the first name that came into my mind, and I know it's
not Heath Ledger.
Well, the only actor I know, just because he's been memed to like oblivion, is Ian McGregor.
Ian
Well, Hayden Christensen
David.
was Anakin.
Yes.
And then
Ian.
James Earl Jones was the voice of Darth Vader.
Okay, so he's had 3 different actors.
Who, Darth Vader?
No, Palpatine.
Yeah, but there's only been one in the movies. The rest
yeah,
were
that would be-
animated series or video games.
Ian McDermott.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you arrive at this wooden building. It is a 2-story building. You see that it's got a flat roof instead of the usual pitched roof. You would hear that there are a number of people partying on the roof. So it appears that there's like a 3rd level access. There is a bouncer outside as well.
Okay, play it cool.
A big half ogre.
Cole, you convince him to let us in.
Yeah, let me just think of a fake name for Christ's sake.
And I will stroke my beard.
Oh god, fake name. Hey buddy, my name's Toll Cutherland.
Is this you walking up to the guy?
Yeah.
And he sticks out his hand. 2 silver entry fee.
All right, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. So take a gold, my good man.
He takes the gold and he looks at it, both sides, and he bites it, and the coin almost entirely goes in his mouth.
Just eats it.
And then he takes it out and looks around at it, and then puts it in a pouch that's on his, like on a bandolier on his chest. Go
That'll
in.
do us. Wonderful. Let's go.
Going inside, and as you open up the doors, it is a raucous and a rumpus in this facility. There's a long bar that stretches the length of the first floor, and you would hear over everything else the sound of a fiddle being played with exuberant fervor. And there is a man who is standing on a table surrounded by various men and women of seedy repute, tapping his foot on the table, doing a little jig, and going ham on this fiddle.
With my backstory, would I know who this was?
Probably not.
Oh, I imagine I'd know most of the captains and stuff.
You can make a history check, and I'll give you advantage because of your sailor background.
$17.
Okay. You're fairly certain that this is Captain Thunderhail. By his appearance, he is about 6 feet tall, tricorn hat, similar coat as yours. He is kind of known to be a dick.
Yeah, I've definitely robbed this guy. Shite.
He is really quick to anger and not afraid to lay down some hands if someone confronts him in a way that is not pleasant.
Can Cole try to fade into the background? Like, I want this to be done with disadvantage for comedy reasons, but can Cole try to fade into the background?
Sure.
Seven.
Mm.
Maybe Blue can talk to him. Or Melira.
But Cole is so good at speaking right now.
Yeah, that's actually true. I'm going to as little Cole, push big Cole closer towards him. A little shove.
Okay.
Do it.
Thunderhail!
The music comes to a stop, and there's a dead silence in the bar as Captain Thunderhail atop this table. He's got very tanned skin, very sun-worn. He looks like he might be from Luskan, just due to like the geographical facial features and such. Pretty built, and is armed. He has like a longsword on his hip, and you can make out a few daggers in certain places, and there's probably more that you're not noticing. He looks down at you, Cole, and he points the bow of the... Is it a bow? That's what it's called, right? He points the bow of the fiddle that he was playing with at you, and he says, "I feel like I know you."
Aye, that is likely.
Where do I know you from, and how do you know me?
Moon Maiden, right?
I? Who's asking?
Seized by a handsome devil, took most of your goods and coin, left you stranded on the ocean with just enough stuff to get back. Handsome bugger. I was clean shaven back then.
He jumps off the table, like lands right in front of you.
Yep, still as terrifying as ever.
I can count on me one hand how many times I've been robbed at sea. He holds up his hand and it's just one finger.
Yeah, that's that's the one.
Mm-hmm. You're awful brave walking in here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't have much of a choice. Also, I've changed me ways. My whole crew are dead. Me ship's gone. I lost everything.
He suffered enough.
Then Umberlee answered a prayer or two.
I imagine there were more than 2 out for my name.
He just kind of looks around the room and waves his arms up and says, "See, the bitch queen of the sea is good for something. Destroys everything that this man owns and delivers him right to me."
Come on, you don't. Come on, Thunderhail. Let's not do that again.
What is it that empowers you with such bravery that you would see fit to walk into Waterdeep again?
A big teleporting circle. Trust me, I tried to delay it as much as possible. He's not going to believe me. I'm a bellend.
He looks at you kind of quizzically. He says, "Look, unless you've got business here, and it's better be something substantial, I think I'm probably just going to rob you."
We actually do. Envira.
I don't know an Envira.
What was her name?
Inerva.
Inerva. Sorry, Inerva.
Inerva.
Coldwater.
Coldwater. Captain Coldwater. She would have probably cursed my name several times. That doesn't narrow it down, does it?
And what do you want with the dancing wave?
Yeah, that's the one. It's not me, it's these guys. I'm just here as the comedy relief.
She is the aunt to someone in Brinshanda that we had done a favor and was told to seek her out.
He kind of strokes his chin for a moment. And he paces in front of you, a little bit cold. And he says, "My memory's not quite what it used to be. It got knocked on my noggin a few times in that robbery. Lost my spyglass, too."
Oh, me too.
My memory might be a little bit better if I could just see as clearly as I used to.
Well, I would give you my spyglass, but it's at the bottom of the ocean off Luskin.
Well, surely... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Blue.
Blue was going to interject and say, if you've been injured, I could maybe have a look and see if I can help you get your eyesight back.
Blue.
Yes?
He's bribing us, Blue.
Oh, I don't have any money. Talk to them.
Sweet innocent boy.
He says, "Oh, surely if you've got access to such a big, fancy teleportation circle, you could spare 1,000 gold to buy me a new one."
I'll be honest, we just kind of walked in here because we're flat broke. Bulwark? Can we afford a spyglass?
I'm gonna think on this for a bit.
Or like half a spyglass, maybe? Bulwark, I'm gonna get murdered if you don't, please.
Just one nap.
Mr. Thunderhail, I wasn't talking to them directly, but the people that we asked about Inova seemed worried. If something bad happened to her, I understand my friend here has wronged you, but surely she deserves the help she can get without bribes being necessary.
I wouldn't call it a bribe. Your friend took from me.
More recompense, yeah. Yeah, to be fair,
true.
considering the amount I
And as
took,
soon
that's
as
probably more than fair.
As soon as I told you what I knew about old Captain Coldwater, you'd be on your way.
Ulrich, can we afford it, yay or nay? If you say nay, that's
Do
fine.
you want a gold bar?
Help me out, because I know I told you how much a gold bar is worth, and this guy would know.
Wasn't it like 44 gold or
Is
something?
it 50 gold?
100 gold.
100 gold?
100 gold worth of gold.
He says, I would take payment in gold bars if you had about 10 of them.
Alright, I'll cut you a deal. I don't think they can afford it. You give them the information they seek. And
That sword you're carrying there is real fancy.
I am in your servitude for...
Now give him the sword, yeah.
Which one?
The shining one.
They're all shiny.
No, the particularly shiny one.
My silver one?
No! God fucking damn it.
Do you remember the one I made for you?
No, you don't mean the... You don't mean... No, that was a gift from me, Captain.
He's like darting between the three of you.
Let me
I need the three of you to make a group deception check. You have advantage because of the enhanced ability. Cool. Yep.
God damn it! Why do I keep doing that? I rolled a 20 on D&D Beyond, and it came up in the game log.
Can I finish making my offer to the guy?
If it's in the game log, I might actually be able to see it.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot that I accidentally rolled, but deception check was the last.
Yeah, after this, do you think I could finish my offer to the guy, Tony?
Yeah, give me just one. So you can keep talking while I'm doing this.
Yeah. But yeah, you give them the information that they seek, Thunderhill, and I will be in your servitude until my debt is paid.
Where's the game log at?
If you go to the campaign, there should be like a little sort of bubble, a text bubble.
I'm in the campaign. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, yep, you got a 20.
Did you hear my offer, Tony?
He did. He pauses for a moment. He says, that would be a substantial period of indentured servitude we're talking about, my friend. I don't think you understand how much I lost on that ship.
I understand. My sins are, in the past, have been many. But if it gets these guys the information they need, and it clears my name even a little bit, then I'd be willing.
Bulwark, Cole was with us on the ship. He helped us when we acquired that gold. Surely his share can go towards this.
He knows. Cole knows. He's just not wanting you to part with the gold for it.
No, wait, I've got something. What happens if I gave you the equivalent
Let Cole split from the party, damn it! Just let him do this! For both in-character reasons and statistically.
He's like looking at the three different people talking as you can't collectively make up your minds.
Here. Nope. The deal is done. Allow me to spend 5 minutes under a watch of you or one of your men with my team, with the guys. Then I'm all yours.
So I do want to preface this by saying I'm not going to have anything ready for a new character to come in this quickly.
I mean, he can just be in a bar. I've already got him made using the stats I rolled with you.
I don't like that. We haven't talked about this beforehand.
I did mention him to you.
I don't recall that.
It was at the end of one of the sessions.
Let's hold off on this and talk about it before next time. Can we do that? Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm also not a big fan of slavery in my games, so even though it does happen, that's not really something I'm willing to pursue further. So, what's happening here?
We've got the 2 sets of plate armor that I can't be bothered selling.
Well,
do we even care that much about a Nova?
That I was about to say, Blue. Let's come back to this man. We'll have a chat. We'll discuss it as a party and come back.
Because I doubt it cost $1,000 to even hire a ship to go somewhere.
True, but
no, but she could need help.
Yes,
everyone could need help.
Yeah, but we're actually in a position to help this one.
Have we actually left
the bar? I don't know. Have you?
Yes. We want to. We'll say we'll be back in a bit. We're going to discuss.
Okay, you walk outside the bar. You're in the streets.
It sounds like this woman is in trouble.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a good person, but I'm not in the business of paying thousands of gold to just have the opportunity to help someone.
Well, technically it's 1,000, and this is a person I have wronged at least twice. So if I could save her life, that would make me feel a little better.
There's probably one other person in Waterdeep that knows what's wrong with her.
I mean, if we were looking for information on her, that prick's the guy to go to. Unfortunately.
Well, however you want to handle it.
Yeah.
I'd be willing.
Yeah, we could just use your share of the gold.
I'd be willing to part with some of me ship money.
I'm not. Okay, fine.
Well, I tried to pay off the debt another way, and he seemed interested, and then suddenly wasn't. So, you know.
Do you have a bag?
Do I have a bag? I've got several.
Okay, I'll start giving you gold pieces.
Just hold it out. You just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Well, he can count that high? That's pretty impressive.
I don't know what's after 46
though. 2.
Have to boost my intelligence up to 20 to get to 50.
I'll give you 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, so you collect some gold together.
All right, Thunderhill.
Well, you get back to the entry of the you get to the entry of the bar, and the half ogre is standing there, and he grunts at you and says, "Entry fee is 2 silver."
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm just gonna flick over another one of my gold from a separate pouch.
Okay. You go through the same rigmarole, and he lets you back in.
Yeah. Also, one thing I imagine Blue is doing as we're sort of walking through this club is like offering random people good drinks. And the reason I find that so funny is it's just so...
Oh, this is the kind of place where no one's going to question it and they're just going to take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, people are probably thinking like it's some like illicit substance or something, and it's just a good berry.
You probably got approached by some point and be like, hey man, your goods weren't good. What's up?
When
is this high going to kick in,
rush?
Man? Yeah. You don't get highs from good berries? What the heck?
I wanted to ride the red dragon.
The red berry.
Alright, Thunderhill.
I've seen you reconsidered your reparations.
I mean, the offer was still on the table, but these guys convinced me otherwise. And this should be all you need for a new spyglass. And I'm just going to hand this big, heavy satchel to him.
He takes it, opens it, looks inside. He ties the top of it off and opens his coat up and places. And it's a pretty big sack that you've handed him. He places it in a pocket in his coat, and it just kind of falls in. And when he opens his coat, Blue, you would notice that he has a spyglass on his hip.
Blue also would... I want him to lean down and try to whisper to Bulwark and say, should we give him a little extra to forget about Cole mentioning the teleportation circle?
I think if we just don't mention it, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not going to believe Cole on anything he says.
Hopefully.
He sits back on a chair and kind of leans it back to where his feet can get on the table. And he says, it's a sad tale what happened to the dancing wave. I think they were coming up from Waterdeep to Luskin to drop off some goods. I came across the debris on my way down.
The bloody giants.
Could have been giants. I did see a ship about as big as a mountain prowling the northern waters, although this was on a different day, mind. Could have destroyed the dancing wave.
It took out my ship, so, wouldn't put it past him.
If you'd like, I could take you round about those waters. 10 gold a day and 2/3 of whatever spoils are found. I didn't stop to search the waters for anything beyond.
How about a 50-50 split, considering we just paid for your spyglass?
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage.
And I'm also going to stick a... Well, actually, I'll just have to roll it, and then before you tell me if it passes, I can decide whether I'll roll a D8.
I'm going to add a flash of genius to that, so that's a +4.
Oh, so +4, that's 25. Yeah, I'm not going to use a superiority dice.
Are you sure?
Do it.
The DC's 30.
Get it.
With a 25. Yeah, sure, let's add a superiority dice. Let's go mad. I've got 5 now.
Don't they come back on a short rest?
Yeah, but we're
31.
31.
He says, all right. You're really twisting my leg here, Sutherland. Even split of the spoils then.
Write me down. We've got nothing else planned for it now.
Sure, it'd be good for you to get back on the water.
It would be good for me to get back on the water. It's been a long time.
You've been moaning about it all week.
I don't have a map of a galley. Let me go pull one off D&D Beyond.
Are we going right now?
He gets it from his chair and is like, all right.
We're not a very patient people as sea folk.
Well, it's already the middle of the day. Perhaps we should leave in the morning?
It's the middle of the day. That's half a day. That's a half a day travel. Come on, Blue. It's been too long since I've been on a ship. Don't take this from me.
It would be happening tomorrow. Okay, we can leave now. I just wanted to prepare some different spells that might help us if we're in the water.
What?
You can rest on the ship.
What about the horses?
Oh, they're already gone.
That's another thing. If I rested, I could send a message to Vordana and let her know what's going on.
Well, you can rest on the boat.
Don't we have that scroll ascending?
I do, but that's that seems more like an emergency thing. And as much as I love our horses, I'm sure they'll be okay if we wait until I can prepare.
Isn't Ava over there as well?
Yeah.
Should I use the scroll?
Just
I don't
use
wanna
the
be
scroll,
right.
Blue. Just use the
I don't
blaze
wanna
scroll.
be-
I think it's a good idea.
I don't want to be.
I feel like we're going to need it in an emergency.
Can we wait one day? I want to
Come
grab
on.
my dog.
Ah! Boat!
We're already not going to Felbar. Don't make me do it.
We're not going to
Bulwark's
Belvar.
just like, if I'm not getting what I want, fuck all of you.
If I'm not getting what I want, I at least want my dog.
I imagine we're still going to Felbar.
Yeah, eventually.
We're just following the wills of Blue's fancy.
What?
He's just like, let's go here, and I'm like, no, let's go to Felbar, and everybody's like, no, let's go with Blue's idea.
Wait. What level is water breathing? Or do
Third
clerics
level.
not get water breathing?
Third
We get
level.
water walking, but not water breathing.
No.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
believe you
correct.
Okay, then. We can walk on water, but we cannot breathe it in.
Why do I have 2 Everland maps? That's weird.
do. Just unless you want to get a little funky with us, change it up mid-Everland.
If I did a quick horse and carriage trip to the Stone Circle, picked up Ava and came back, how long would that take me?
The Stone
Wait,
Circle.
I mean the Magic Circle. Like get on the carriage, go to the Magic Circle, pick up Ava, take her back with me.
It'd be. I mean, the travel is instantaneous, but there's a time difference, isn't there?
I mean, like to get the carriage.
So it'd probably
Into
take you 30 minutes to get to the Stone Circle. Transport to Everland. Get down the tower, find your way back to Dandivar's house, grab your dog and animal, if you're taking anything more, and then come back. It'd probably be a good 2 or 3 hours. You're also relying on the fact that those mages will have spell slots available to do Teleportation Circle 2 more times.
Oh god damn it!
And that Thunderhail is a reasonable man, which I can tell you from experience, he is not.
Oh, have we done anything to take care of the cart and the horses, or have we just sort
Nope.
of left them?
Nope.
We left him there.
Vordana is with them, but if we don't pay her, she will leave. But tomorrow I can send her a message saying that we will be back and we will pay her. We will
Again,
back pay her.
Blue. This entire plan bases on the fact that Thunderhail is a reasonable man. If he says we're going now, or he's leaving without us.
Did he say that?
I just know.
Thunderhail, can we wait? I don't know, till morning, or right now?
If you're asking me, can I stay anchor? Yes, but this counts as one of your days. I'll go ahead and take that 10 gold up front.
More reasonable than I was expecting.
Did we want to just pay the 10 gold way today and then sort out all of our stuff in Everland and come? Oh, I'm not going to say the word Everland. Sort out all of our stuff and come back.
I mean, if we wait a day, we don't need to go to Everland. Blue can just
No, I
send a
can
message.
Exactly.
Sweet, easy.
I'm assuming Vordana's not going to give up this gig. It's a pretty good one.
We'll just tell her if she waits, we'll pay her double what we owe.
Sure.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Let's go.
Okay. You head back to the City of the Dead. Someone mark off another gold for the carriage.
We don't have to head there.
Oh, you don't?
Let's just find a place to stay.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there are a number of inns in Waterdeep that I don't care to go into descriptions of at the moment.
Fair enough.
It would probably be a gold per person for a night.
Easy.
What don't I need?
Works for me.
I won't need enhance ability tomorrow, I don't think.
You won't need any healing spells. De-prepare every healing spell.
That's all I have prepared. And inflict wounds.
I'm gonna send you guys a It's not really gonna be important for you, I don't think. Oh shoot. Oh, it's gonna mess things up if I do. I'm gonna put this stat block of the ship in there in the Discord for you guys.
Okay. We gotta get Cole one of those. Alright. I have so many third level spells prepared. Surely I can unprepare something.
I got another 3rd level spell slot when we level.
Do you mean second
question,
level?
Second level. I get 3rd at 9th.
Quick question, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
During our downtime, would I be able to sell the 2 sets of plate armor?
In just the one day?
Yes.
You probably could, but it would probably be at a significant, what's the word, depreciation versus if you took time to find a buyer who is specifically interested in what you've got.
What kind of depreciation? Like 500 gold each?
Roughly, yes.
Honestly, yeah, I'm fine with that. I just want to make more room in the bag for other stuff.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and remove those orcish plate armor.
I mean, that pays for the spyglass. I'll unprepare Revivify for sending. I can't do that.
Spicy.
I can't do that.
Wait, isn't that one of your domain spells?
Yeah, exactly. I can't do that.
Oh.
Okay, I've got sending. It's not worth preparing water walkers.
But you can be like, look at me, I am the Messiah.
I will do that one day.
I prepared good berries for 5,000 people.
There's one good berry in this basket, but if you keep taking them, it's just still there.
Let me know when you guys are ready to move on with preparing spells and things of that nature.
I have one spell that I want to prepare, but I don't know what to prepare.
Might take me a while, Tony. I've got so many spells to choose from.
So difficult.
I have stab the thing or stab the thing.
I'm good to go. And also, with this long rest, I'll be taking away Cole's radiant weapon and infusing the blue with the mind sharpener. So sorry, Cole.
Yay, Boo gave me something.
What is it that you're giving him?
The mind sharpener. I can use a reaction to maintain concentration.
I don't like it.
Too bad.
It's alright. I just have to do so much damage to you that you just die.
That would also work.
That's how I knock you out of concentration now.
You can do 84 points of damage to me.
It's
don't you worry.
one time a day, right?
Nope, it's every round.
That can't possibly be right.
No, it's got 4 charges.
What is it?
Right.
The mind sharpener.
As a reaction, if I fail a con save, I can succeed.
But that means Blue's wearing a helmet now, right?
Or a piece of armor, so I can enchant his armor.
My armor.
You don't currently have magical armor, do you, Blue?
No.
Okay. This is so unnecessary what I'm doing right now.
It's like the lid on the concentration jar has been glued, so instead of trying really hard, Tony's just smashing the glass.
Cole is now useless.
Why is the...
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, I understand now.
If we
Just
take
stay
a
within
few
10 feet.
Now you
If
can
we
be more
take it-
useful though.
if we take a few weeks when we get back, I'm sure Bulwark could make you some basic magical weaponry.
Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 times 4 is 64.
Is there anything I can add onto my sheet to represent that, Jack, or is that not really a feature?
Not really. I just do it in the. I just add it in the. You know, like underneath your floors, you've got all those things. I just added that.
Yeah. Could you send me the Mind Sharpener info, please?
I'll post it in the Roll20.
It turns your mind into a sword. Anybody touches your brain, they take a lot of damage, but you are dead.
As we wake up, Blue will send. I'm assuming the long rest goes fine and everything.
Yep.
Okay. As we wake up, Blue will send a sending spell to Vordana and say, "Hi, Vordana. We're not going to be back for a little bit. Please look after the horses, and we will pay you double the time we are gone."
And Ava.
Yes, well, that's implied. That's the end of the message.
There's a bit of a pause. And she says, "So what you're telling me is that you've up and left me with all of your animals and your carriage, and you want me to play stable hand while you're gone with no estimated time of return."
See, I told you she'd understand.
That's exactly right, Vordana. Thank you.
She didn't sound overly happy.
I mean, she seemed fine to me. I think she's really on board with this.
Well, we'll be back in at least a day or two. Where were they kept? They were just on the side of the road, weren't they?
They were up near Luskan. It's a few days' travel. We'll be gone for a while.
They weren't near Luskan. They're one quick teleport away from Waterdeep base.
The boat that we're going on to find the other wreckage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Make it triple.
Maybe she could organize them lodging or something.
Yeah, I guess.
But she need them.
I'll send another message and say, it sounds like you're not too happy with that. If you prefer, please, no, because never mind. I'm not sending a message. I have to think about this more. Because if she gets some lodging, she's gonna have to pay. Maybe we can message instead of Vordana our wizard friend and ask if one of the Harpers could maybe organize for them to be lodged.
And he'll be like, "Fuck you."
I would say because we're investigating giant activity, so it all works out.
Yes. So should I just give up on Vordana and send a message to the other dude?
I think that would be wise, yes.
Okay. All right.
Off investigating giant activity. Our horses are in Everland. Please try to find them lodging whilst we continue our investigation or something along those lines.
Yes, I'll send a message to Zeron Roaringhorn and say, sorry to interrupt, but we're investigating giant activity along the coast. Could you please arrange lodgings for our animals in what's the name of the city?
Everland.
Everland.
And carriage.
Yes.
Well, of course this can be done. I'll have them open a tab for you. You just have to pay it off when you get there.
I love Zalaron. He's so nice.
Yeah, Zalaron seems like a really nice guy. I mean, very good at explaining stuff.
He was just... Anyway.
I think he likes me.
Okay, we're ready to go now. I've just used 2 of my 3 third level spells. I'll use my Pearl of Power to regenerate one of them.
Okay. You find Captain Thunderhail at the docks. He takes you onto a pontoon boat, and out in the bay of Waterdeep is his ship, the Moon Maiden. It is a massive galley. This is the main deck and the lower deck. Their living quarters aren't on here, but he would show you there's a middle deck where there are rooms with hammocks, and he gives you one room.
What is this, sir?
Yeah, there's not on the map. Oh, did I not bring you? Shit.
No.
Oops.
Yeah, I think you meant to say ship.
Oh my god.
Yep.
This brings back memories.
It is a very big rowboat, is essentially what it is. It spans a good distance. Also, the grid on here does not work because the ship had its own grid. So if we do any kind of combat or anything, just be aware of that. This is all right.
For coast encounters.
To
So
get
where-
to. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, so where exactly did Enerva kick the bucket, apparently?
Well, about a 10-day ago, I came across the wreckage of the Moon Maiden. From here, a day or two to get off the shore. About 10 days travel to the north.
Easy. Are you in good favor
12 days
in
on a boat.
Neverwinter?
This is a...
I'm going to ask him if he's in good favor in Neverwinter, because it's probably going to be our drop-off destination if we get that far up.
Unlike your friend, I don't have any qualms about landing in a particular port.
Easy.
Alright, how many times do I have to say I'm sorry? All my crew and friends are dead.
Push me to the edge. All my crew are dead.
Oh god. Cole just hears that from the top. He just like jumps off the boat.
Every time he complains, all the crewmates go, "Oh my god, we're dead. Put me to the edge," under their breath.
Just cries a little every time. There's a solitary tear like in a cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Sorry, I'm doing quick random encounter stuff before we get too deep.
Not all your friends are dead, Cole. We're your friends now.
Joe, you haven't said
Yeah.
anything yet. Roll three separate D100s for me.
3 D100s. Got it.
Yep.
And we're going to encounter
Oh,
them
I'm
all
still
at the
on
same
GM.
time.
There you go. Only me and you know them now.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Is one of them 100?
Yes. All of them are 100.
Oh, okay.
3 beholders, attack your ship.
62. Oh, this
Three,
is gonna be real good.
3 dragon turtles.
Oh, fuck.
I love them.
I hope this crew is good at fighting.
If we
They're
come across anything, we'll yoink all the magic items first.
What?
No, the first giants
I'll,
didn't have any magic items, did they? No. Probably won't find any.
I'll let you know now, Bulwark. Thunderhail has a very particular skill, as do most of the captains who come from Luskan, and that's determining something's rough wealth with a glance. And also wanting to stab me in the face.
Yeah, well, they learned that skill.
True.
It's like they were born with it. The stabbing in the face part, that's sort of like, if you offer a dog a treat every time it sits,
I'm very glad stabbing me in the face is similar to a treat for you. Fills me with warm tinglies.
So, the Moon Maiden is quite an excellent ship, Cole. The ceiling of the two decks below the main are each 8 feet high. There are hanging lanterns that keep both decks nice and bright. The rigging on the ship, which is present on the sides as well as up to the mast, look rather new. It can be easily climbed. The galley itself has a 120-foot tall mast. The sails, again, appear to be somewhat new. And as you were approaching the vessel, you would have seen that the oars, as they are kind of there, sitting in the water, rather large, and look well used. The main deck has 4 ballistas, which you would see at the front of the ship, and 2 mangonels, which are attached to the aft. There are massive stones that are stacked and secured in iron nets that have like a lid that you would use to pull one out. The boat also has a ram on the front of the ship, which is worked to look like oh god, what was her name?
The sea bitch.
Nope. Saluna. Yep.
Ooh.
A very stylized interpretation that looks like it has been used several times to ram things.
Is this blasphemy?
It's interesting.
Some say it as blasphemy, others see it as a sign of belief.
As you were climbing up into the ship, the rowboat that you're on would be attached with ropes and hauled up. There are 7 other rowboats stacked in groups of 2 groups of 4 on the main deck. The wheel, of course, stands at the aft. Lower deck holds the cargo holds and 32 benches with 32 oars. And there's a massive number of people down there that are responsible for rowing the boat. As you're preparing to leave the harbor, Captain Thunderhail says, now it's custom that passengers on board the ship pay homage to Umberlee for safe travel across the waters. I recommend now to be a good time to make your sacrifices.
He's not yanking your chain. That's an actual thing that sailors do.
What sacrifices do we make?
Gold,
Tithe.
precious materials, something you hold dear. You could maybe get away with a prayer.
And Cole, without even questioning it, just going to drop 10 gold.
Blue will say a prayer first to Umberlee and ask for safe passage. And yes, he will drop a good berry into the sea. And then he will additionally do a prayer to Saloon and it probably a little bit more meaningful, ask for her guidance as well.
Make a wisdom charisma check. Wait, what? No, that doesn't make any sense.
Nani?
Sorry, a wisdom persuasion check as you try to beseech Umberlee for safe journeys.
Wisdom persuasion. So it would be a d20 plus 8.
Is it a disadvantage because Umberlee's a bitch?
No.
Oh no!
Awesome.
How Malira will follow in Cole's lead and drop 20 gold into the.
Okay.
Always gotta one-up me, don't you?
I don't want to
Me?
die. I'm going to drop one.
Oh,
Does Umberlee value riches or personal belongings? Which one does she value more?
Anything of great personal meaning to yourself, or actual money.
Or gems. Something that you've taken in conquest.
I want it known that Blue's good berries are very precious to him. Each and every one.
They just expire
I'll
24
drop
hours later.
three. I'll drop 3 great axes into the ocean.
Great, you're just throwing your junk in. Great.
No, they're valuable, and I won them in conquest, and I don't want to lose them.
Cole's just gonna like rub his bridge and be like, "Oh, we're all gonna die."
No, she can use them.
Okay. Captain Thunderhill
just like hucking great axes off the ship.
Captain Thunderhill would
Okay,
himself have a small chest brought up to the main deck by one of his crewmen, and they would empty out the chest. It's maybe the size of a bread box, and it's just filled with coin and various gems as well.
This seems like a very expensive business.
It is, but at the same time, if you don't do it, you often find yourself stranded or dead.
I see.
Not a very
So is
forgiving
that-
mistress.
Is that what Minerva Coldwater forgot to do or something?
Jesus, Blue, you don't ask that.
Well, she's been shipwrecked, but she probably gave homage to Umberlee.
I'd imagine she did, aye.
So why did she get shipwrecked then?
It does still happen. I mean, she doesn't.
Okay. I'm not gonna
It's
argue.
just all right. So you've got Umberlee trashing your shit because she's angry with you, and then you've got random circumstance. Those two things don't have to be the same thing.
It's sort of like a Venn diagram. Like you
Sounds
can get
like
caught
a
in
scam.
anything. Don't say
Oh,
that.
great!
So
Yeah,
loud.
you drop a
Ocean
goddamn
repeat.
berry into the ocean, and then you call her a scam. We're all fucked.
It's fine. I think my donation pays for Blue's.
Don't get me started on your bloody donation.
3 great axes are worth way more than 10 gold pieces.
We don't need more of your shit in the ocean. You're
So
killing the turtles.
You're killing the turtles. Fuck you. Next time I'll drop a biodegradable axe in the water.
Okay, so essentially, the galley has enough speed with this amount of crew to move 2 hexes a day in the water. The first day is going to be spent by Captain Thunderhill getting you far enough off the coast to be able to avoid areas like the Red Rocks where there's juts and things that he doesn't want his ship to catch on. He would lay out a navigational path that would probably lead you that way, provided everything went as planned. So
I assume you're showing this on the big map, but we are still on the galley map.
Motherfucker. So, after the first day of getting off of Waterdeep's waters, he's going to take you northwest to get around the Red Rocks and then pretty much head directly north for about 10 days.
Yep.
Cole's basically going to spend as much time as he can just on the front of the ship, just like staring out into the sea.
Is this like a segue into playing the Ukotoa board game?
No. What are you, what's your weapon there, Bulwark?
Making a hammock.
That lasts an hour and requires you to concentrate?
I accidentally hit the spell that I didn't mean to.
You were given a hammock.
On the journey, can I ask for some spare bits of wood and I'll do some whittling while in my free time?
They would not give you any wood, and you imagine that that is because what wood they have is for repairing the ship if it is damaged.
Should bought some before we left.
Could just join Cole staring out into the ocean longingly.
Melia's going to
you're-
spend most of her time close to Cole.
Mhm.
About 10 feet away.
It's like, what the hell is this guy doing?
I've got 8 javelins. I'm going to repurpose the javelins. I'll repurpose 2 javelins and I'll make them into something pretty.
Okay, cool. As you and Malira are on... Oh, Blue, what are you doing after this first day of travel? Nearing the end of the day.
So this is the first day?
The end of the first day, yes.
Okay. I think Blue will spend... If the crow's nest isn't occupied, or if there's room, he'll go up there, maybe. If there is a crow's nest, are there masts, or is it just
Yes, so the
straight up?
mast is here in the center of the ship, and there is a crow's nest. There's actually 2. There's one that's about 60 feet up, and then there's a second that is all the way at the top, 120 feet.
120. Oh, I don't want to fall that far. That's a bit scary. The Blue, he likes being on the ground. I'll just stay at like the front of the ship and like look out. I guess with Bulwark at that point.
Jack,
Okay.
you're in Cole's position, Jack.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll move. I'll lean up against
Oh.
the wall. I'll do my whittling.
That's my
I'll do
bad.
the Titanic with Cole.
As it gets towards the end of the, so for the majority of the first day, the weather's rather clear and the seas are rather calm, but as you kind of push out 20 miles off of the coast, the weather has started to become gray and the sea's a bit choppier. Doesn't seem to be an immediate concern, but you gather from the surroundings of people doing various jobs that it looks like the ship is preparing to head into or around or be involved with a storm.
Oh dear.
Gas.
Bad tidings approach when a storm's afoot.
It was the good berry. She didn't like it.
Keep your eyes out for pissing giants.
Is there any spells that I could cast to help? I don't have control water, unfortunately.
Control weather.
Yes, just 8 levels spell.
Cole
Gary.
casts Wish.
I guess Blue would ask Cole, at sea, if there's a storm, who is most instrumental in getting a ship through the storm?
Alright, so you've got your captain navigating, obviously. I've frozen, but ignore that. You've got your captain navigating your crew through, obviously they're in charge. And from there it is the rowers and the people in control of the mast who actually follow the captain's orders. It's the team effort for pretty much everything we do. No one man is key.
But if I was to enhance someone's ability going into this storm, who should I enhance?
Go for the captain. He'll be the one directing the crew.
Okay, I shall cast enhance ability
Make
on
sure
Mr.
you ask him first.
Okay, Blue will walk up to him and ask, would you like to be better at what you do?
Let's say, it looks like there's gonna be some tough seas out there.
Alright, then I'll cast enhance ability on him. Wisdom?
It's up to you.
Okay, wisdom. Al's wisdom.
Either wisdom or charisma would be the call. One of the 3 mentors.
Her wisdom check.
Okay, he's enhanced with Al's wisdom.
Okay. Do you guys head below deck, or are you staying up top?
I'll stay up top and help anywhere I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay up top.
Cool,
I'm
do the
quite
same.
strong.
I'll be staying up top.
The skies begin to blacken after about an hour or so. And it begins to drench. Like there's a torrential downpour. That
Tony, just to confirm, sorry to interrupt. With the inhasability, it lasts for an hour, so I did want to cast it as we were sort of heading into the storm. So
I think
if it's been an hour.
I think, yeah. So
if it hadn't started raining yet, I would probably do it.
Yeah,
when
it wouldn't have started raining at that point.
Okay. All right.
But it is now. There is now a torrential downpour.
Yeah, so I think I would have cast it now.
Okay.
No. And after exactly 1 hour, something happens.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
No, give me just 1 second. I'm looking for a thing.
I got this compass done as a joke, and now I just realised the effort it will take me to get it back up.
I don't have berries for Cole. He's still berry banned.
It has definitely been a 10-day by now.
Blue is not very smart.
God damn it, I can't wait till Cole retires.
I need to find something real quick. Because I thought I had the answer easily available.
Shall we entertain our guests while Tony is busy?
Nah, don't distract the crew. Just help wherever you're asked to. For Christ's sake.
Whereabouts is Cody, Ollie?
On his chair.
Does he want to do another guest appearance?
Maybe. I'm gonna go get him.
This chair was well worth the money. It's so comfortable.
Yeah, I gotta get a new chair. My chair is shite.
Just look at it.
It's got holes in it.
Yeah, for extra gamer factor.
He is with my mum.
I got £20 off.
Kian got scammed. His chair's got holes in it like Swiss cheese.
They're gamer holes, Jack. For extra gamer energy.
Gamer holes. Ooh. You wanna see
The
my
more
gamer
Doritos
hole?
and Mountain Dew you eat while sat on this chair, the more your power increases.
Authentic gamer chair if it doesn't have a usable gamer hole.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I can't find what I'm looking for, so we're gonna do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live!
Do you want help trying to find it?
No, that's okay. The ship goes on through the storm for for about 30 minutes before Blue, you are able to see that. Well, not even. No. You don't really sight this phenomenon until it is right on you. There is a massive spout of water and cycling wind that appears a few hundred feet off of the port bow.
Sorry, could you describe that again?
It's a massive cyclone of water and wind a few hundred feet off the port bow. The captain at this point has already had the sails rigged down, or battened down the hatches. And the only people that are on the deck are you and the essential personnel. The weapons have been folded up and placed down as much as their form will allow.
Thunderhail, where do you need us?
I think you would say, just stay out of my crew's way. We've got this.
All right. If there's, something unexpected, don't be afraid to call on us. We'll be here.
Is this natural?
We won't be able to tell till we get deeper in.
Other than just looking at it, do you have a way of telling?
Not really. I was also asking like the people that have been on the seas if they've seen anything like this before, sort of thing.
I've seen something like it before. That's for damn sure. Clear skies and a storm out of nowhere.
Could I make an Arcana check to ascertain if there is anything magical about this storm, or if it seems to be regular?
I mean, just by looking at it, it appears to be a regular storm. It's not like it came on suddenly. You guys have traveled for a full day on this galley. The skies have darkened. There was a substantial bit of rain, and now there's this phenomenon which appears to perhaps be at the center of it. Without a magical way of ascertaining if it's magical or not, I think you would think that it was a natural phenomenon.
Yeah, Cole's just personally, every time he sees a storm, he's like, giants afoot.
Melina's looking at it with wide eyes. She's never seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been on a ship before either.
I'll point over to the water spout now. So you see that over there? That's called a willy willy.
No, it isn't. He's lying to you.
I knew that.
The Elvish way to say it.
Don't trust a stone foot when it comes to oceans.
Bulwark's very bad at lying.
That's incorrect. I'm the best liar there is, because no one ever expects it.
Cole is hilariously bad at lying.
I don't believe you.
I'm going to go ahead and use my passive insight of 18 to know that you're lying. I've got enhance ability going. I don't think there's anything I want to cast in preparation of anything, so let's see how we go, I guess.
Yeah, just prepare yourselves for if we're needed. And keep your eyes out on the ocean.
So, you guys are still staying up top, yeah?
Aye.
Yeah.
Alright. There is not really a way for the captain at this point to be able to avoid the full impact of this storm. It's come on the ship too suddenly. And he's already taken some actions to minimize damage. There is a point, however, where the winds pick up heavily.
Hold on to
And
something, lads.
I need for everyone who is still on the deck of the ship to make a...
I hold on to blue.
Why does it say dex, but then the actual text says strength?
Makes sense to be strength, right?
Yeah, I was going to think athletics.
It is strength. I will say you would have noticed the captain and a few of the crew tie themselves down. Like the captain ties himself to the plank that the wheel is on, and there are about 2 or 3 who made it in time to the mast to tie themselves there.
I don't know what they're all doing, idiots.
You would see them doing this beforehand, so if you wanted to tie yourself to something and had the rope to do so, now would be the time.
Yep.
Even better yet,
I have,
do it with
I've got
chain.
rope. Yeah, I'll use
So,
rope.
Blue, make a survival check. Bulwark, how much chain do you have?
20 foot of chain.
Okay. Make a survival check as well.
I have 50 feet rope if Cole doesn't
Can
have
I
any.
use... I have rope. Can I use
Okay.
water vehicles for this?
Sure, I'll let you add your proficiency bonus to a wisdom check.
Great. So it's
Actually,
just
I'll
plus
use the rope
3.
I have. I won't use the chain.
Okay.
Survival
It's an
checks.
11.
4.
Oh no.
Okay. So, Blue, Cole, and Malira.
Or 15 failed.
Yes.
Yike.
You have tied yourself down to the Blue. Did you tie yourself to a ballista, Blue?
Where am I?
He tied himself
Wait,
to his own piece of rope.
You said there were 2 masts? Where's the second
Well, no,
one?
there's one mast, but it has 2 crow's nests on it.
Okay, gotcha. I guess so.
Okay. All right. So, Bulwark, you tie yourself to the side of the ship. Same with Malira. Cole, you try to tie yourself to the forward. I don't know what it's called. Forward end. When this wind strikes over the side of the ship, it almost tilts and lists off to the right as it's coming in from the left. And Malira and Cole, your ropes come loose as if they were not tied. Blue, you start to feel yourself being picked up into the air. And for a second, you think that you have been secured enough to this ballista that it'll hold. And then you hear like a crunching sound. And find yourself lifted up into the air, tied to this ballista. And it seems you've taken it with you. You are, the 3 of you, considered to be restrained. And currently are about 5 feet into the air.
Should I make a concentration check?
Yes.
Can I try to use a strength or something to grab onto the handrail?
You can use your action to attempt so, yes.
Yes. Would that be athletics?
Sure. No, sorry, it's just a strength check.
At disadvantage because I'm restrained?
That would be correct.
Can I attempt to do
Damn
the
it!
same?
You can. Blue, you maintain concentration.
Very good. Is there
Well,
anything...
Cole's dead.
Malira, as
is there
you...
anything...
I'm sorry, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Is there anything that Blue can do to try and...
Because of where you positioned yourself, and the fact that the ballista is now in the air with you, no. Unless you have some kind of longer reach ability.
Where is Blue? Is he just 5 feet in the air?
He's 5 feet in the air from where he was. The ballista is under him. It's probably about a foot or two off the ground. The base where the machine itself hooks onto the floor, that has been wet snapped.
Is he like 5 foot in the air and going away?
Yes.
Okay. Can I cast a spell?
You can. What spell are you casting?
Chain whip. Fuck! Can he choose to get hit by it?
No. You do technically have advantage because he's restrained.
Yeah, he does.
Yay.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Blue, you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Just scorpion through the chest.
Towards me. I grab it like around his ankle and I pull him closer.
Yeah. Okay.
I maintain concentration.
So Malira, you feel the rope slipping, and before you're fully lifted into the air, you're able to grab onto the side railing of the ship and hold yourself there. Cole, you are 5 feet in the air, and you have slipped further. You're now 10 feet into the air.
Yeah, but Cole's just gonna like hold his hat to his head and be like, "Well, see ya."
It is at this point, Cole, you realize as you're this far up off the ship, that you see like bits of coral and fish and a shark like in this cyclone in the air. And they kind of come and barrage this side of the ship. Being that it would be like the start of the round, essentially, I need everyone to repeat that strength save.
Shit, it's a fucking typhoon.
Do I need to do that strength save?
Oh yeah, we're in range of Malira.
Well, you do, because you're saving for half damage at this point. Will work.
Okay.
So,
how big is Malira's range?
10 feet.
I am out of Malira's range.
No, you're just in it at this point.
Oh,
that's a 20 then.
Okay. So let's see here. Cole, you... Does restraint give you disadvantage on strength saves?
I thought it did.
I'm gonna PQR. It's only dexterity saves, so you actually rolled a 28.
Nice.
Alright.
Let's get you below deck, please.
Okay. Let me do this first. Ooh. Nice. Alright, so Bulwark and Blue, you each take 37 points of bludgeoning damage.
Is Blue still in my range?
Yes, he's actually on the deck at this point.
I would like to use my reaction if I can.
Mm-hmm.
To use my Aura of the Guardian to take that damage.
Okay. Are you able to do that if it wasn't an attack? It's just whenever he takes damage?
When a creature of 10 feet you takes damage,
Yep.
you can use your reaction
sure.
to take that damage.
Okay. So, Blue, you take nothing. Malira, you're going to take 37 points of damage plus half of 37 points of damage. Because you saved for half.
Okay, half of 37, 15.
18.
Yep.
55.
Cole, you're going to take half damage. And Bulwark, you're going to take the full 37.
Yep.
Am I still restrained at this point?
You are still restrained until you break out of it.
Okay. I will cast Aid at 4th level. Everyone gets 15 extra max HP and 4 plus 2 and 21 healing. And when I say everyone,
It's only 3
I
people,
mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, Melira, obviously, Bulwark, and Cole.
So that's 21 plus the 15, right?
Yeah, so 21 healing,
Max
15 max HP. Yeah. Yeah.
84 HP.
Do you now wonder why I was staying within 10 feet of Cole?
87 HP because I still took 15 points of damage.
And you see like the 1 or 2 people who were unable to tie themselves down, they're just gone in the wind.
Wrong way round, Joe.
Isn't that one for the Air Force?
No, that's the British military salute. That's the American military salute.
Yeah.
So
we
Blue,
can't have
you
the
just
same
cast a
salute.
spell. Blue, you would actually lift up another 5 feet because you aren't secured to anything.
I'm holding on to him all my life.
If you want to use your action to make a strength check.
Me?
Yes.
I would like to use my action to cast Enlarge Reduce on myself.
Okay. If you do that, Blue is going to leave your grip.
But it'll only move 5 feet, right?
Yes, correct.
That's okay. And I become as tall as Blue.
Okay. Blue slips out of your grasp as your big hands swell and the grip gets uncomfortable. Your rope breaks.
Would it break? If I clipped it
Yes.
to my belt?
Yes.
But doesn't all my equipment on me also increase in size?
It's not technically on you, though, is it? 'Cause
I
you used it
mean,
to tie
technically
yourself.
you are wearing it, but no, not for...
If there isn't enough room for the target to double its size, the creature or object maintains the maximum possible size available.
So at that point, I think you would know that because you're secured to the boat in this way, you would stay your size.
That's fine. I still get advantage on my strength checks and saving throws.
Okay. Malaria, did you want to take an action? Your rope has slipped, so you're no longer secured to the
Yeah,
ship.
I was gonna hit myself with a 2nd level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Oh god, my Cure Wounds is broken.
Let me see here.
Cole is gonna try drag himself like reverse monkey bar style down the handrail.
I gain 10 more hit points.
Do you have a fly speed?
No, like because he's grabbed onto the handrail with his strength check, so he's gonna try like drag himself across that.
No, you're like 15 feet in the air, my dude.
Oh, I rolled a strength check and got 25. Okay.
No, that was a saving throw for half of the damage.
Right then, Cole has still got one hand on his hat, looking at his friend slowly become Specs, and he's like, well, Sutherland, this is how you die.
Let's back up for a second, because... Okay, so Cole, what's your original maximum health?
84.
84. You took 18 points of damage.
Yep.
And then you got healed for 21, and your max HP went up to... Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm on 87.
My math was like... Okay.
Then he second wins to have almost 100.
Let's see.
With my
Malaria did the
rolls?
cure wounds. Cole, are you going to try anything?
There's nothing I can do. I can't reach 15 feet. And I have no spells.
I'm not going to suggest anything. I don't
Midair.
know if you have any useful equipment for this.
I do not know.
Okay.
I have looked.
So for
I have
now,
a
then,
silk
I'm going
rope,
to.
but I don't think it's a rope of what's it? Rope of climbing? Is that what it's called? The one that extends?
Well, it extends, but it extends up.
Oh yeah.
To the heavens.
For
Check!
now, then. For now, I'm gonna leave you out of this.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
fine. Cole's just slowly floating away, like no.
Yep. Okay, so after you all, the ship and the crew, have been battered by these various storm debris, you were 5 feet off. You would be 10 feet. Bulwark's tied down. Malira, I need you to make. Well, you're still restrained, so you just fly up 5 feet.
To confirm, Bulwark had pulled me onto the deck, so now after this round I'll be 5 feet, not 10 feet.
Yes, right. Okay. So, you're up 5 feet. Malira's up 5 feet. Bulwark, you're secured. What do the three of you want to do? And if, Cole, you end up thinking of something, let me know.
Is there like a lip here? Like, does it like come up and hang over a little bit?
It's more of a rail. It's not. No, it's not a lip.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to one hand on Malira's ankle, one hand on Blue's ankle, and just like try and hold them, I guess. And like pull them down.
Question. Wait. Entangle. It's a 20-foot cube. Cole is how far off the ship?
I'm 20 foot in the air though.
Tony said 15, right?
I was, but it's a new round, so it's 20 now.
It would be 20. He's 20 feet in the air at this point. You can just barely see him.
Right. So I'm considering.
I would also say realistically, he's probably not just hovering above the ship. He's probably over the water at this point.
Yeah, I'm probably somewhere over.
All right. Blue is wanting to cast, as well as being held onto by Bulwark, he's going to cast Entangle, and sort of roots and vines will start sort of growing out from under the planks of wood and wrap around all three of us. And I hope we fail our saves.
Okay, so Bulwark, I need you to make. You're gonna have to choose one, Bulwark, and I need you to make a strength check to try to hold on to whichever one you choose.
Is it like I got to choose between Malira and Blue?
Yes.
Hold on to Blue. Take Blue. I'll be fine.
I have a stupid idea.
Can I?
Why did that look like Blue did that?
Blue did do that.
Because I was casting Entangle.
Oh, okay, I see.
Can I, with my action, take out a python and like hammer the hem or a bit of clothing that Blue has to like the deck?
No, because if you don't make that strength check for one of them, both of them are going up 5 feet in the air.
Okay.
Malira and both of you make strength saves as well. I've cast Entangle on us.
23.
Fuck's sake.
10.
Okay, Malira is restrained and can't be moved.
So Malira, this cube of vines sprouts from the deck, and Malira, as you are 5 feet in the air, one wraps around you. But Bulwark and Blue, for whatever reason, they kind of wither a bit as they approach you.
Okay, Tony, I've got a
I will
stupid
hold
idea.
Blue down with a strength check.
Okay.
Is there any way I can secure Blue or make it so I don't have to keep using my action to pull him back down?
Not really. It's kind of a two-person effort. One of you would have to hold one down, and the other would have to do the securing.
Okay. 22.
Not a save. Are you already proficient in? No, okay.
Oh, I'm not.
Gotcha. So you wouldn't get the +3, but you would get the 19, and that is enough to bring Blue back down to the deck. Melira, you find yourself now 10 feet. Well, no, you don't. You're restrained.
Okay, I think I can save myself, Tony.
Okay. Hit me.
Okay. So for this action, what I'm going to do is tie my 50 foot of silken rope to my javelin.
Okay.
And
Alright.
then for my next action, I'm going to launch it at the ship.
Okay.
And grab onto the rope with the third action, because I should still have about 20 foot of rope to grab onto at that point. Ish.
Alright.
So I believe that's a survival check to tie it?
I would say for that, no.
Okay.
Because you're not trying to hold
Good.
down a massive amount of weight just yet.
Okay.
You would be, by the time you're able to tie down and throw, 25 feet in the air, I think.
Yep, that's fine.
The hull has an armor class of 15.
Uh-huh.
And because of the strong winds, you have disadvantage on this attack.
Okay. So for the best, lads.
Yo, just.
Oh.
Alright. You pierce the side of the hull with the javelin and feel yourself holding on. A little bit of relief now that you have a slight chance of making it out of this alive. There's not a particular initiative order here, so Blue, you're
You cut out.
Speaking to
no, I'm thinking because I'm trying to do math. So you were just 10 feet in the air. You're about to be 15 feet in the air unless you or Bulwark or someone does something for you.
Pulled me back down.
I pulled him down. Yep, he's back on the ground. I grabbed him with my action.
Okay. So you're about to go 5 more feet up in the air unless you do something.
All right. Well, yeah. As Bulwark has pulled me down, I'll try and grab onto the railing and hope that doesn't break as well.
Okay.
Blue's feeling a little self-conscious now.
I will remind you that you're still tied to this ballista that's kind of dangling in the air.
Okay. So a strength save would be more difficult while that's attached to me, I presume. Oh well, I hope Bulwark's got me for now. Can I try and undo the ropes?
Yeah, you could either... Yeah, you could do that. Easy enough.
Okay.
And it just goes sailing off into the distance.
Okay.
That would have been your action, though. So if you want to take that back and do something different.
No, I think I'm happy that weight is off me. Hopefully, attempts to keep me on this ship is a little bit less difficult now. Yeah, I can't move, so I think that is my turn.
All right. Anyone else can do anything? Bulwark, Melira, Cole. No, Cole just went, right?
Yeah,
No,
Cole's
that was
already
one of
been.
his other things.
Oh.
You would have a fresh
How
turn
high
this time because we did 2 rounds without you. While you were
Okay, then
thinking.
I will.
How high up is Melira?
Melira, I think, is only 5 feet off.
Is restrained
10
by
feet.
vines.
10 feet off. Yep.
I'm gonna slap myself again with another cure wounds at second.
Okay. Easy enough.
Can I pull it down the 10 feet onto the ground?
No, because of the nature of how the entangle works, I think.
She's fine. She has to use an action to escape it, or I lose concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lucky got that mind sharpener. I don't know. I will vibe. I don't know. Can I tie a rope to like this? Because I got 3 50-foot ropes. Can I tie a rope to this in preparation for Cole or Blue wanting a new rope?
I mean, you could tie a rope to Blue and the side of the ship. Yeah.
Yes, I do that.
Okay, make a survival check.
You don't have guidance. I feel like this is going to go interestingly. Yeah.
3.
You pull the rope out of your bag, and as you do, it just sails.
My rope.
So, Cole, you have successfully launched the javelin into the side of the ship. However, because you're restrained right now, you're not able to move any closer. You are, however, preventing yourself from flying out further.
So I can't use athletics to try and drag myself forward on it.
You can use an action to make a strength check and be no longer restrained.
Sure, let's go with that. 16?
That is not successful.
Damn it.
That being a strength save, I'll use my reaction with Flash of Genius to get
It's not a
+4
save.
that
It's
way.
just it's not a save. It's just a check.
Oh,
Did I say
yeah,
strength
sorry,
save?
I clicked the wrong one.
I may
I
have
can
said
still
strength
use it for
save, and that
checks.
was a. You can use it for checks.
Ability check or saving throw.
Sure. What would your actual strength check have been though? It's not an 8, is it?
No, it's 4, so it'd be 14. So it would have.
It'd be 12.
It'd be 12, yeah.
Okay.
Can't do that.
+4, 16.
It would have still been 16.
Yeah, that is not successful.
Goodbye, friends.
You're not going anywhere further. Just not able to get closer at this point.
I love the idea that Cole is just basically a human kite hanging onto this silk rope.
Is this guy gonna do anything, or is he just watching this?
He's just watching. He's tied himself up to the side of the ship. He's good. And actually, a number of these other poor souls would not have tied themselves on well enough and would be dead at this point as well. Or at least
background character number 5.
right. At least
Imagine
gone
how
as far as
funny
you're
it'd be
concerned.
if he died and we just got the ship.
They all just die.
You can hear faint shouting in the distance, but because of the loudness of the storm, it's impossible to make out what's being said. So, all right. So the people who are not currently Blue, actually, it's just Blue at this point. So Blue, you are an increased number 5 feet up into the air. I think that makes 10 this time. Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So last action, Blue pulled me down.
Yes.
And then he hasn't used an action, so
He did. He tried to secure you, and then his rope went off.
So you're
into
now
the
10
air.
feet up. Because you were on the ground before, and then no, you were 5 feet up now. Right?
I made that was a concentration check, by the way. I presume you
Sweet.
assumed that. Question: with Melira's aura, can she choose for it not to apply to saving throw?
I think so. I think that's in the
I was
wording.
looking. I'll just yeet it into the chat.
I think it would have to be consensual. Like healing has
Whenever
to be
you
consensual.
or friendly creature. No.
It is a constant active aura.
You could knock her out.
I'll do it myself. Throw more sharks at her. I'll do it myself.
Please do not throw more sharks. Cole is in a very precarious position.
So from 10 feet up, can Bulwark even reach me?
Not unless he moved to be right under you, and the way he's situated right now, he would not be able to.
Can I make an action to not be restrained?
You can.
Okay. And that's a strength save?
It is a strength check.
Check. Oh god, the DC's so high.
And you are restrained, so you would have disadvantage.
I thought that was just on dex checks.
Nope. Wait, yes, it is. You're right.
And it's only on dex saving throws as well.
Is it only on
Okay,
dex
well-
saves?
Yeah, I have the conditions tab up.
Oh yeah, I can't help that.
I've been rolling
Just
really
roll.
badly.
Roll good, god damn it.
Data failed.
You try to will and exert yourself and fling your body around in a way that would be more conducive to grabbing onto the side of the ship. And unfortunately, you are unsuccessful.
Hmm.
I like how through all this, he's still got a ballista tied to his back.
No, he released it.
Oh, did he? Damn.
Speaking of that ballista,
No, please.
Cole, you're high enough in
Yeah.
Cole, you're high enough in the air that you see this thing coming.
I was going to say Cole was just like hanging on, going woo, and then suddenly just looks aside. It's just ballista. He's like,
Cole, I need you to make a dex save, please, against this ballista.
disadvantage because I'm hanging on for dear life.
Well, disadvantage because you're currently restrained.
Yep.
Nice. It whacks you head on for 30 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I need you to make a strength saving throw to maintain your grip onto this silk rope.
20. I'm not at disadvantage on those. Sorry.
You take the impact full on and are able to muscle your way through and hold onto this rope for dear life. Blue is now 15 feet in the air, correct?
If everyone's taking an action, yep.
I believe everyone has.
Okay.
So now we're back to all of that.
Now back to blue.
Everyone. It doesn't matter what order.
Okay. Blue, I need all the strength I can get, so I'm going to wild shape into a cow.
Not a cow.
It's got +4 to strength.
It also doesn't have hands.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. That's unfortunate.
You don't have +4 strength. I thought you were a beast.
I've got 15 strength. I'm a cleric. What
Oh no,
stats
what
you
do
get
I
roll?
do? Becomes a fucking
There's just a cow in the middle of this hurricane.
I like the idea that Cole's just hanging off this thing and he looks to the side and suddenly there's just a giant cow flying towards him.
I'm gonna make a strength check to try and break
Well, isn't
free.
it your action to wild shape?
Isn't it a bonus action?
No, you're not. No, you're not a moon
Not
druid.
me.
Fuck, yeah, that is my action, and I just turned into a cow.
Cole's dead!
Mom, help, I've turned myself into a cow.
Wait, am I bigger now? Could you maybe
You
reach
are a
me?
large creature now.
Maybe Bullock can reach me now that I'm a
I think
cow.
you get to choose how you're oriented. So yes, technically the bottom half of you is only 10 feet up off the ground.
Get me, Bullock!
Okay, so
I grab onto the other
you hear from the other you're from the other end of the ship. What in oblivion is that?
Oh my god. This is beautiful.
Bulwark, do you have
Yay!
do you have a 10-foot reach, Bulwark?
I'm gonna use my spider slippy shoes and walk up the side of it. Yeah.
What?
There's
my spider.
not really anything to walk up.
Isn't it? It's not just like a flat platform. It's got like a wall going up.
Yeah, but it's
right?
only like 2 feet tall or 3 feet tall.
What? As if
It's a
it would be
handrail,
3 feet.
dude.
It's like a handrail.
Handrails aren't 3 feet tall, are they?
Well, it's like enough so you
Um,
don't fall over the ship unless someone pushes you.
Can I climb up Malira?
Can you?
Can I parkour my
wait,
way? Like,
wait.
Well,
this-
Malira is
try to
currently
grab
10 feet
Blue?
up off the air, but restrained by these entanglements.
Oh yeah,
Malira-
Could I try and grab Blue when he's in the cow?
You're too far away right now unless you have a 10-foot reach.
I'm 10 foot high.
Yes, but he's also
Can
on
you
the other side of
expand
Bulwark.
into that square?
No, but
Can
I'm
you
large,
expand
so I'd
into
be
that
taking
square?
up these squares.
Right?
Yeah, so I'm above Bulwark.
Okay, I see. Yes, Malaria, you could use an you could use an action to make a strength check to try to grab
If you
onto this
fail
cow.
this, Cole is dead.
17.
You try to wrap around the neck of this cow, and I think the shock of having this cow fly in your face at the last minute causes you to like shield yourself instead to like prevent the impact.
17 was a fail?
Mhm.
Okay.
We're quite a strong party. I'm glad this hasn't happened
Let
to a
me-
party of wizards.
Let me read Flash of Genius real quick. I don't know if I can apply it afterwards.
I think it's a reaction, isn't it?
Yes.
But you haven't
it
used
doesn't,
it yet.
doesn't say anything about
Yeah,
before
so
or
can
after.
I... Okay, then I'll add a +4 to that.
Excellent. You grab onto the cow's neck.
Yes! Moo!
Okay, and with that, can I go 1, 2, 3?
Well, you're
and
currently
start pulling
tied to the
rope?
side of the side of the ship.
Don't I have like slack on it so I can walk around?
Would you have given yourself slack?
If so, you'd be flying around.
I assumed because I said, I assumed that I didn't. Okay.
So
then
even though
no,
you're using 50 feet of rope, I think Bulwark would have had the intelligence to know that if you gave yourself so much slack, you yourself would have been flying up in the air.
Okay, so I'm just like glued to the side of the wall.
Pretty
You would
much.
be yo-yoed up and
You
down.
might you
flying.
might be able to move like one square, but that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
Is this tornado going away yet?
No.
Okay.
It's only been like a minute.
It's been maybe 30 seconds. Cole, you have an action while Bulwark is thinking about this.
Yeah. But he has also just been pelted in the face with a ballista.
Yes.
So I imagine Cole is not thinking clearly right now.
Well, do something while I'm thinking. Can I, with my last 50 foot of rope, make like a noose or like a hula? What's the thing that the cowboys do?
Lasso.
Like a lasso.
The lasso.
A
There we go.
noose. Jesus Christ, man! It's not that
And,
bad
like,
yet.
I don't see any other way out of this, guys. Anyway, and can I like lasso Cole? Like, yeah. I don't know.
Lasso
Yes,
Cole.
Cole
What a cowboy.
25 feet in the
Yeah.
air and 5, 10, 15 feet out. So that's
So
about
he's
40 feet off the side of the ship.
Yep, you've got
Yeah.
about a 40-foot distance from you to Cole. You
Mhm.
could, in theory, do this.
Yep.
It would
That's all I
be
need.
it would be a dexterity check at disadvantage.
Because you're throwing it into wind.
What does a larger juice give me?
This was a terrible idea. I blame Cole.
Cole is loving this.
I'm just glad we're not taking like 37 damage every other round.
What do you mean? You haven't been hit yet.
Oh, even better. What I'm going to do is I'll make the hula. What are they called again? It's not a noose.
A lasso.
A lasso, and I'll cast catapult onto Cole. and
Doesn't
like,
hold on? Doesn't the item take the damage too?
Uh-huh. It also launches him away from the target.
I didn't mean to make the attack yet. I gotta read the spell first.
Oh, what the heck?
Oh wait, I don't even have it prepared.
You're
Oh.
going to shoot me 90 feet away from the ship, you dick!
And
Doesn't
he couldn't.
push
He
you
can't,
away,
he can't, he can't
genius.
target you either. You weigh more than I think 5 or 10.
I was going to shoot
depending
the
on the
rope in
level.
my hand to you. Anyway, I can't. I'll make my dexterity check.
Okay.
Oh, Minerva, cold water. Wait, no. Oh, magical sea witch. Give me a 90. No, it's a 7.
Another rope lost to the winds.
I don't have any rope left. I've only got my chain.
No, so this one doesn't fly away, but you go to throw it and it completely sails off to the south. Strikes this poor man across the face. He is he's not very pleased about this. He has a big red mark on his face.
If I transferred into a tiny creature, could someone just store me in their backpack or something?
Potentially. Cole, have you taken an action yet? I don't think so.
No. Am I no longer restrained?
You are no longer restrained.
Yay.
I can now save myself, maybe.
You also could move.
It would need an athletics check to kind of shimmy down this rope, though, right? And I've already used my action to...
No, I don't think it'd be an athletics check. It would just be you're moving at half speed.
Okay, then that would be 10...
So you could be able to move 3 squares, which gets you right to the edge of the ship.
20... And I can go 20, but I don't have...
Well, you can only go 15, right? Your speed is 30?
Oh, yeah, so that would be kind of like 1.5 squares.
Nah, you'd be about there.
Okay, cool.
So you see the edge of the ship there. You're like within hand's reach of it. But that's, I think, all you've got. Right?
Yep, that's everything I got.
Are you sure?
Well, I could action surge to try climb up, but
Okay.
Do it. What the fuck? What are you saving it for?
I'm just enjoying this. This is fun.
Oh my god.
Okay. Another round happens, right? Blue, you fly up another 5 feet. So you are officially 15 feet.
Aren't I holding onto him?
Yeah, I thought...
You would be. So what I would need is for Blue as a cow to make a strength save, right? No.
Lyra would have to make one, right? Because she's holding onto it.
Sorry. I need Blue to make a strength save as a cow.
Okay, very good. I'm very strong. Many cows strong. I mean, single cow strong.
Cow strong
Any
together.
effort. 1 strength per teat.
No! My dice are
that's a 10.
Malira, Blue, this blue cow slips out of your grasp, and he is 5 feet above you now. You would still be able to grab at his hooves.
So, what was the point of her grabbing onto me? Because I already lifted last round, and then I lifted this round. So
Oh, I apologize. You would not have lifted last round because she grabbed onto you.
Okay.
I
So how
will-
far up am I? 20 feet?
I think you would be
15 feet?
15 feet because you were 15 feet last round when you raised up.
Okay.
I will
Which
grab the blue
would
again.
mean your hooves are at her face.
Okay.
Yes.
Lashes out in cow anxiety.
How much health does a cow have?
Not an actual like decent amount for the creatures I can transform into. 15 hit points.
I'm
Terrible.
going to grab him.
Okay.
Goodbye, Blue.
Blue, you have an action. Bulwark, you have an action. Cole, you have an action.
Yeah, the cow will weather
Oh.
this storm.
I'm sorry, Cole. Make a strength save for me.
Yep. 19.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Cole, you are not caught again by this storm. You're able to hold on.
Cool.
Blue, you are still restrained by the storm.
So how high is Blue up from me? Is he like 10 foot above my head?
He's 10 feet above your head, yes.
Come back.
Oh god, not again.
Yanks you back down.
No. And with Malira
Okay,
holding
wait,
onto
can
me,
you
should
hit a large
stay there.
creature with that?
Yes.
Large or smaller?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
why
10
does it
foot
do
down.
that?
Malira's holding onto him, so he won't move.
Yes.
I know why it does that. It's because it's not on our character sheet, so it can't find a spell description for us.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the reason. All right, Cole.
I take back my
What are you doing?
bathing review.
I am going to try to both climb the. I think it's 5 feet above me. So that'd be 10
5 feet
foot
to your
movement.
side, yeah.
Yeah, to get onto the ship, and also use my action to try yank the javelin out of the side.
I don't think you need to do an action for that. I think it's just an object interaction.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just going to yank the javelin out.
Got your javelin and the rope.
Mm-hmm.
You took 10
I need to
feet.
make a concentration check.
Yes. And you've used 10 feet of movement to get onto the ship.
And use my action as a strength save to just hug the side and be like, don't fly off again.
All right, it's not a save; it's just a check. Actually, well, you don't need to make the check because you're not currently restrained.
Okay.
So what you would want to probably do is either assist in getting Blue to safety or securing yourself.
I don't know why there's a big blue cow, but you guys should be wanting to save it.
I have an idea. Harpoon it and just hold it down.
Javelin like, ah!
Jesus Christ.
Command word.
Oh God!
Splits him in half. Well, I can't actually get over there because it's windy as hell, and I don't want to be off the railing. So I'm going to try tie myself.
All right, make a survival check for me.
Can I again use water vehicles to add my proficiency bonus?
Yes.
16?
You're tied to the boat. However good it is, you're not sure. You do it in a hasty bit of motion to panic secure yourself.
I'll use my reaction method of 20.
All right, done and done. What does your flash of genius look like?
Usually he'll throw out his runic studs. So like if Cole's trying to tie himself down, he'll throw out his studs onto the rope to sort of like, I don't know, like squeeze around it. Or if he is, I don't know, I will flavor it more. I'm just a bit tense right now.
No, I understand.
It's just a light bulb above his head.
Okay.
I get a flashlight and I shine it right. No, I get one of those laser pointers and I just put it right in his eye.
Nice. Okay. 3 of you are secured on the ship. You're not going anywhere at this point. Blue, you, at the start of your turn, will fly 5 feet up off the air, which means you'll be 10 feet total, because you were just above bulwark.
Mm-hmm.
People can either make strength. Oh, go ahead.
So he chain whipped me, pull me from 15 to 5, and then now I'm back at 10. Okay.
Yep.
But wasn't Malira holding him down? Oh yeah, that still goes up anyway. Okay, yeah.
So, people can make either strength. I guess.
I have an idea.
Okay, hit me with your ideas.
It won't kill him.
It will kill him.
It won't.
Well, you're still
kill
a cow, so that would be a 7, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But
I don't think it makes
No, it doesn't.
it would do a maximum of 12 damage, so he won't die.
Well, I've already taken 5, so it could.
But when you go to 0, you just turn into blue, right?
Yes.
So you'd just be blue with this javelin sticking out of your chest. So it'll be fine.
Yes.
So
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to try launch my javelin into blue with the rope still attached to it. And just harpoon him.
Yeah, the crit.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
the
for it.
crit.
You have disadvantage.
I have 1 hit point as a cow. Oh, wait. I mean, I think you'll be able to hit. You'd have to roll like a 1 or something.
18?
Okay, you hit with the
Reaction.
18.
Lay
Wait,
on
are you
hands on
sure?
the cow.
You just don't take the damage. Any other effects still apply.
Oh.
And it also can't be negated down when I take the damage.
I would rule,
Okay.
not just for this, but for anything, that if he's not taking the damage, it would not pierce his skin.
Okay, he can take the damage.
It's fine, I have 1 hit point.
Okay.
Rebuke the violence. No.
Cole dies.
I'm gonna cast. I don't have cure wounds prepared. God damn.
And yeah,
What
I'm
do
just
you
going
have
to hold
prepared?
on to this rope that just
Oh, wait.
harpoons
Blue, do you have
Blue.
1 hit point left, or did you have 1 hit point as a cow?
I have 1 hit point left as a cow.
Okay.
I'll dump 15 laying hands on you.
As my cow is fully healed.
And
Wait, so
harpooned.
it's like healed around the
Who's grabbing onto this rope?
I've got my hands free if I threw it, so I'll grab onto the silk.
Okay.
Can I try and tie Malira down? I'll pull back up that rope that I hit that guy's face, and I'll try and tie Malira down properly.
I'm still grappled by the entangle.
Yeah, but that's gonna run out eventually.
Wait, can you make a concentration save whilst a cow, Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You are using the cow's constitution. Keep in mind.
Yeah, it's the same. I am as healthy as a cow. Oh yeah, true. I didn't need to make that.
Action.
Do I still benefit from Warcaster? Yes, I do. Right?
Yes, I think you retain your.
As a druid, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that would be terrible if you didn't. Yeah. Oh, I rolled on D&D Beyond, and I got an 11.
This is the most chaotic shit.
Can you roll again on roll 20? I don't want to keep on going back and forth.
That's fine. Advantage. I'm sure I'll pass, and if not, I'll use the Mind Sharpener. Yeah.
Alright, you're good. Okay, so Cole has pierced your side with this bulwark. I think you said you were going to try to tie down Malira?
Yep.
Okay, make a wisdom check, survival check.
I mean, I am 10 feet up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you reaching her?
Oh, how are you reaching
I
her?
stand and I go on my tippy toes and I wrap my thing around her. I don't know. Is that allowed?
Well, I did say that you could move 1 square. So you could get under her. No? Right?
Yeah.
Is that 10 feet?
There would be a 5-foot gap.
There would still be a
I
5-foot gap.
I stand on top of the ballista.
Make a dexterity check.
A check.
And you're restrained, aren't you?
Ta-da!
Okay, you clamber up on top of the ballista. It's not like folded out or anything, but I guess it's enough to...
17, and I wrap it around her ankle, and then I tie that quickly to my.
Malira's fine. Help me.
You're fine. You've got. Cole's got you. I've got Malira. You're constant. How long does entangle last?
1 minute.
We're running out of time then, aren't we?
I guess so.
Worst comes to worst.
Tie Malira down, and I will chuck my second last flash of genius. I'm going to make that a 21.
Okay, I was just about to ask if that's what it was going to be. Okay. Who has not acted yet this round? Cole did.
Everyone
has?
Yeah.
I tried to make another strength check, but I can't roll above a 5. Except on my con saves, which is good, I guess.
Worst comes to worst, Blue. I will say the command word and you'll go easy.
I mean, I don't think that would do much damage to
I
me.
mean, if you say the command word, I'll rebuke the violent on you. And you'll take the damage as well.
All right,
Fine.
so
Skinks.
Blue,
Yes.
you will start your turn flying up another 5 feet in the air, which puts you at.
This cow is just desperately like swimming through the air, trying to free itself from these winds.
Which puts you, I think, at 10 feet above Bulwark. Yeah, two spaces above him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Athletics check to drag him back down.
Yes.
And can I push him towards Cole, like to help with that?
Well, you can't. I don't think you can reach him right now.
I'm on top of the ballista.
14 on my athletics to drag him back down.
Can I give him advantage
How?
to get him onto the ground properly?
If you want to use the help action this round.
Yes.
Okay. So Cole, you can roll again.
18.
Perfect. Just what you needed. You do drag him 5 feet closer to you, so it kind of negates this round's lifting.
I love the amount of pain. I love the amount of pain you're probably.
Are you a female cow?
Yes.
All cows are female.
No.
Yes.
No.
Bulls, right?
Bulls are male. Cows are female.
Heifers are female. Cow is the name of the creature.
Anyway, I'm a female cow when I'm in cow form.
You're a transgender cow.
No, I wouldn't minimize the plight of anyway.
Okay. Malira, you still have an action left. Are you going to do anything?
Can I use my action to keep Blue from flying away again?
Cole has done that already. You could try to drag Blue down another 5 feet if you like.
It would be less of a dragging him down 5 feet and more of a kicking him down 5 feet.
Sure. Make a.
I think I'm 5 feet above him right at this point.
Make the strength check.
17.
Unfortunately, that's just not enough.
That's fine.
Flash of Genius, and I.
Are you able to do Flash of Genius after the result has already been heard?
That's the description.
Haven't you already used it 4 times?
This is the last time I can use it.
I feel like
I've used it. I used it once before. Then I used it once on Cole's knot, once on Malira's knot, and now I'm using it again for the strength check.
So I'm going to allow it for this, and we'll have a conversation later. But I think I'm going to rule that going forward, once the result has been heard, you're not able to do this.
Okay, easy.
Okay, Blue, you come back down another 5 feet. You are just above where the deck would be. And I think that's everybody, yes?
Yes.
Okay. You come back up another 5 feet.
For victory, for cowkind. No.
So
this
close.
was a poor decision. I have +4.
I'll use the. I wanna tie Blue down, but I don't have anything to do it with.
Sorry.
I've got my chain. I'll try and tie the cow down by its ankles with chain.
Wait, couldn't someone help me to give me advantage?
They could.
I could.
I'm currently trying to drag you down via a javelin stuck through your side.
If I succeed on this, I'm not restrained. I could just move 30 feet.
Oh.
Well, no, you're in the.
I'm still being lifted up. Okay, so there's literally been 0 point to what I've been doing for the last 4 rounds. Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
but no longer being restrained by it wouldn't. How do I say this? Now there's no point to what you've been doing. Not being restrained prevents you from being lifted up automatically.
Got you.
Can I unrestrain Blue?
You could assist him in this strength check, or you could try to do it yourself.
I will do it myself.
Yeah, he has advantage already.
Yeah.
Boom. No longer restrained by the storm.
I'm free.
Now, so
Oh, the
what's
javelin.
been contributing to you feeling that way, I think, Ollie, is that at the start of your turn, you have to. Once you're already restrained, you don't have to make the saving throw again. But at the start of your turns that you have succeeded on this, you've had to make the saving throw, and I don't think you've passed that yet. And that's what keeps on getting you back into restrained.
Gotcha.
But if someone is able to secure you before that happens,
I'll secure myself. I'm an independent cow.
With hooves and no opposable thumbs.
all right. So Malir, I think you're the only one left to act right now.
Just tying a knot with your hooves.
I'm doubly restrained right now.
You are.
That's fine. Until it isn't
You're
fine.
also secured by the ship, so I think technically you're not restrained by the storm anymore.
Yeah, I'm restrained by Blue's entanglement.
Has
Yes.
that not ended yet?
I think there's like 3 more rounds left.
Yeah.
Let's. I'ma heal myself again.
Okay.
First level cure wounds.
I mean, I can drop it at any time if you don't. Do you want the restraining vines gone, or?
Nah, for now it's fine. I gain from.
Okay.
All right. Blue, cow, strength save.
This is my time.
Drum roll, please.
I assist him to give him advantage.
It's a
Not on the
saving.
save.
I can't hold push to talk and give a drum roll, I'm sorry.
13.
So you do not go up another 5 feet at the start of your turn.
Okay,
You
but I am
are
restrained.
re-restrained by the storm.
Okay. Can I?
Oh, he's restrained. Damn it. I would have tried
I,
to...
as an action, how long can I survive in the bag of holding?
10 minutes, isn't it?
10 minutes divided by the number of creatures in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn into a badger. I am now a tiny creature.
Are you still harpooned?
I don't know how that works. Maybe.
I guess yes.
Someone put me in the bag of.
Do me a D2, Blue.
Okay.
On the 2, you're not pierced by the javelin.
Haha,
Hey.
my penchant for rolling low tonight has worked out well.
Yep, there's this massive javelin that's like taking up your whole stomach.
Alright. Can I, with my action, grab the badger and just shove it in the pocket where I had the dirt from Nightstone? The pouch there. I'll just put him in there so he can still breathe and doesn't die.
You can make the same strength check that people have been making to try to do that. Sure.
Oh my god!
Would that be against his...
They want one of us to die.
Yeah, if I don't get secured, this dude has -3 strength, so I don't think he can succeed on the save.
Would that be against anything? Like, because he's not resisting. Like, is that against his innate...
No, that's against the storm.
Mm.
I love making strength
so what
checks
I'm
for
going
2
to do-
hours.
So, Blue, I'm assuming that when you wild shaped, you chose the position that was closest to the ship,
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
which
If I...
would you be 5 feet off the deck at that point. Cole, you've acted, right?
Yeah, if I use action surge,
You could use action surge.
can I use the help action to let Bulwark reroll that?
You're not currently within 5 feet of Bulwark to be able to help him, but if you found a way to get there.
Damn it,
He already
I'm
had advantage.
restrained.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did
I
already
would
have
have
advantage.
Oh, damn it.
Yep.
Okay.
If you had a way to get there, you could.
I'm tied to the side.
Um,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Marks.
With wild shape, let me read something. When I revert back, is that a bonus action? Okay,
I'm sorry. It's a watch shape's an action for you, right?
Yeah, but reverting back is a bonus action.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an action. Well, no, what I'm saying is you wouldn't have been able to make the strength check as the cow and also wild-shaped into a badger.
You
Right?
said to make it at the start of my turn. I didn't want to do it.
Oh. Oh, okay. That wasn't a check. That was a saving throw, but it would have been the same. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I am quickly running out of options because I was.
Yeah, me too.
I was considering trying to recast Entangle on myself, which I could do because I'm 5 feet in the air now.
Currently, you're 5 feet in the air.
Yeah.
If you were to suddenly not be blue anymore, you could choose to have your feet on the ground.
Wait, so I'm not a badger right now.
You are a badger. If you were to suddenly not be a badger and be blue, you could choose to orient yourself in a way that your feet would be on the deck.
Okay, so yeah, this badger has been useful, and everyone's failed to put me in the bag of holding. So, yeah, I guess I'll bonus action revert.
Okay.
You can use it to turn into the badger before, because you needed to bonus action out of cow into.
No, he actioned out of cow into badger.
Okay. Wait, so is this a new turn or the same turn?
This is still the same turn.
Okay, well then I'm not going to bonus. I'm going to say a badger and wait till my next turn because there's no point doing it now.
Gotcha.
I guess.
Okay. Turn comes. You're up another 5 feet in the air.
I haven't done my action.
Yeah, you did. You cure wounds.
Did I?
Yes.
Turn?
That was last turn.
No, because Blues did his cow there.
Yeah, his strength check was
turn.
the start of the turn, so the cure wounds was last turn.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to hold my action to when the badger got within eye level of me, I would try and grapple it.
Oh, yeah, you can do that now.
It's a athletics check to grapple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, but you're contesting the storm. I'll let you add the proficiency bonus to it, though. That makes sense what you're trying to do.
22.
Yes, you are successful in grabbing onto this badger.
I think we're all good then. We're all tied down and restrained.
Yep.
I'm not tied down. I'm just being held onto like I have been for like.
Yeah, but you shouldn't fly up if he's got you in a grapple.
As the turn comes around, Blue, you do go up another 5 feet, but you're basically in the space above Melira's head.
I'm grappling him, so
yes, you've had him out in front of you, and the winds have.
When I grab him, I was going to pull him in.
Yes, you do.
Because I wouldn't be holding him out in front of me.
And the winds are strong enough that they pick your arms up with the badger and raise it above your head.
Yeah, I'd like to try and pull him back into the.
You can make a strength check against the storm and break him out of this restrained condition.
7.
I can move 5 feet, so I am going to move there and use the help action.
10 feet in the air.
Damn it! I will not do that, but I will try to yank him back down 5 feet.
In that line of thought, Bulwark, you are within 5 feet of Melira because you're on top of this ballista.
Yes. I want to put Ollie in a bag and put that bag. I just want to grab it in a bag. I don't know. Does that stop him from being dragged up magically by the storm, or like?
You are too far from Badger Blue at this point because you're
5 feet above me.
You're at Melira's waist.
Okay, let me just make a quick athletics check to pull it down.
She wants with my action.
Bulwark, Let me just try to drag him down 5 feet.
Okay, you do that.
22 to drag him down 5 feet.
Yes, because he's still harpooned by your javelin.
Yep. Now bulwark.
Okay.
And then I put him in the bag.
Okay. I need you to make a strength check contested against the storm.
Oh my god.
There's just this kind of yakety sax music that's playing in the background of this whole.
Okay. On my turn, I have a high DC. I have a less than 50% chance of failing this. Melira is still restrained by a rope. I'm the only one not restrained. I'm going to drop, with my bonus action, I'm going to drop the Badger and cast Entangle again.
Okay.
On all of us. So
Okay.
it's another layer of holding us.
Yes.
But if I pass this, I'm going to go insane.
Everybody gets a +3.
Somebody
No.
quickly give him disadvantage on his strength check.
I've been rolling so low all night. If I roll above a 12, I'm going to be so angry.
Alright, so Cole, you rolled an 18.
Come on,
You
Ollie.
succeed. Yes! I'm restrained by my vine! Bulwark is as well. Melira and Cole are not.
Okay. Okay, so your first one drops. Melira succeeds. She's no longer restrained by the vines, but she does have a rope holding her to the ship. She is dangling 10 feet in the air, but that's quickly rectified by her climbing down. Bulwark, you're restrained by this. You're also secured to the side of the ship. Blue, you are restrained by your vines and restrained by the ship. In the next minute, your vines are going to end, and you're going to need to come up with a different solution. So, over that course of a minute, what are you doing?
Tying down 20 foot of chain.
What is the progress on this storm? Like, is it like this cyclone? Is it staying? How long is it staying here?
I mean, it's been about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So
I
there's.
feel like we've definitely had more than 10 rounds.
Has it been 10 rounds?
It's been over 10 rounds.
Oh. Oops.
Well, by the end of Entangle, it's going to be like at least 17 or something. I don't know. So I'm wondering, like, how long is this going to go on?
I'm tying you to the side of the ship. I don't want to deal with this ever again. I hate boats. Get back here.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
sure
boats.
between all three of them, they can.
Yeah, I
restrain
think that over the course of a minute, you could restrain Blue with the chain
rope. Yeah.
or the rope. Do you have another rope?
I don't. I've got 20 foot of chain. I got one rope on Melira.
Is
one
it
rope
20
on
foot
me.
of chain or is it two 10-foot lengths of chain?
20 foot of chain.
Okay.
I think, didn't you specifically request that somewhere? I can't remember.
He
You
also
did,
has
yes, I do
50
remember that.
foot of silk sticking out of his stomach.
You do have 50 foot of silk rope and a javelin sticking out of your stomach.
But I don't trust that.
That's fair.
Well,
My
maybe.
silk rope isn't good enough for you.
It's not. It came out of a spider's asshole.
I was flying off the ship with that as a human kite.
Your dad carried this rope up his ass for 18 years.
My dad, who I never met, was a spider. It all
in the
makes
Japanese
sense now.
internment camp. That scene from
Oh,
Pulp
my.
Fiction always makes me laugh. I love Christopher Walken.
Okay.
Oh god, that wasn't Christopher Walken, was it?
No,
Oh, I've just had a social faux pas.
you did.
I don't know what any of this is talking about. So
I don't
go
remember him
with
being
me.
It's an
Pulp
American
Fiction.
cult classic movie called Pulp Fiction. I'll tell you about it.
Oh, it's
later.
incredible. Definitely watch it.
One
It
of the
is
best
so
movies
good.
to ever come out of this
Ollie
country.
will not be watching it because he does not like violence.
Oh,
He
yes,
will
it's
not
incredibly
watch
Don't watch
scenes.
It's incredibly
No.
violent.
Is it worse or like in comparison to Kill Bill? What's the violence?
It's the same guy. The same guy who made
Okay.
Kill Bill made...
It's not as much violence, but the violence that is
No.
there is pretty bad.
It's not as cartoony as Kill Bill, but
So
it's
that makes it worse. Got it.
several layers more messed up.
Gotcha.
Yes.
It's my favorite movie.
Anyway,
It's good.
Anyway, as you are all secured to the ship at one point, in one way or another, eventually, after probably a good 20 or 30 minutes passes before you get out of the storm proper, but it's still kind of gray skies, raining. And it's probably well into night before the weather is clear again.
I'm going to my room the second I can.
That was bloody
terrible.
great.
That
I
was
hate
terrible.
this.
I want to go back on land.
It's been too long since I've been on a boat. I've missed it.
Where the hell's my room? Where's my room? Where's my rope?
I don't think we have a room.
We do.
You have a room. It's on the mid deck. For some reason, Watsy thinks that you only need a main deck and a lower deck, and nobody needs a bed ever on a galley.
I'm going to go up to Thunderhail.
Mm-hmm.
Ask if he needs any help with repairs.
Looks like the majority of the ship made it through. We don't have a replacement ballista there, so we'll just have to make do with 3. Hopefully we don't come across any warships.
That was a hell of a time. That was great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I've missed the chaos of the sea.
Someone didn't pray properly to the bitch queen, I see.
Yeah, it'd probably be the guy who dropped a berry into the ocean.
Speaking of berries.
Or the guy who dumped 3 axes into the ocean. Probably one of those.
Remind me to charge him for that ballista when we make it back to port.
Yeah, don't worry, I will. Those things don't come cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling mad Captain Barbados Jack Sparrow energy from Cole and Thunderhail. Like, they can't stand each other.
The next couple of days
Long rest.
go by without issue. Rather calm seas.
Do you want to take a quick break?
We're pretty close to where I would call it.
Okay.
So I'll probably do this narrative bit and then call it, if that's okay.
No worries.
So you guys make it to out past the Red Rocks. Gotta scroll up way past. Oh no. Nope, not bookmark. Nope, that's not what I want. Well, I guess it is. Well. $24, 2, and 62. Okay, this will be a good one to end on. All right. You're sailing past the Red Rocks. You see the Sword Coast on your eastern horizon. The sun has risen. And you see, off in the distance, a massive ship. Several magnitudes larger than the Moon Maiden.
More frost giants.
Time for a board in, lads.
You would be able to identify this at this point. You've seen enough of them to know this is indeed a frost giant longship.
Get 'em, boys. We need more gold.
Let's go.
I will say, because Captain Thunderhail has a galley, unless you tell him to intercept this ship, he is able to swiftly avoid it.
To be fair, we are on a galley. We'll get decimated before we can board.
Are we faster than them?
We're faster,
You would be faster, yes.
but they have higher firepower. The galley would
And
be...
Captain Thunderhail would voice an objection to intercepting. because you're probably aware they could probably pretty easily destroy this ship if they were actually able to board it. But if you pushed him enough or promised him a sizable amount of the booty, he would do it.
I'm going to put my vote down for evasion because the galley won't hold up. Not to those mad giant ballistas.
Yeah, I don't feel like taking on 20 giants, so...
Wow, how did you know? That's exactly what Wizards put.
You've mentioned in the past that it's like 20, a crew of 20 or something.
Yeah. No, that was a joke.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I mean, we can never be too sure when it comes
wouldn't
to Wizards.
surprise me.
Can he use the spyglass to tell us how many giants are on deck? Because if it's less than 4,
Dude,
So
this galley would not survive a couple of those ballistas.
he would actually hand it to you, Bulwark, because he's busy, at least in this moment, trying to navigate the ship away from that great ship.
thank you for the
You
present.
can go ahead and make a perception check, and I think you have advantage because of the spyglass.
Guys.
When you grab onto it and you flick it open, it's this large cylindrical metal tube that has like several cylinders in cylinders, and it is engraved with like a silver filigree.
Another great perception check to discover giants again for Bulwark.
So there are probably on the top of the ship now 6 frost giants. 1 manning the helm. There is 1 that appears to have a large trebuchet manned at the... Actually, there'd probably be 2 or 3 at the trebuchet at the front of the ship. And then there are 2 or 3 more who are just like appear to be getting the ship ready for a confrontation, doing things like pulling the sail down, grabbing certain weapons, things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, my vote is for
Instead of straight up attacking them, when they go to leave to board, we can like sort of shadow them from a far distance, because I don't imagine they have a spyglass.
Well, they've noticed your ship at this point.
Yeah,
They are
the ones
they're on
attacking.
They're on an intercept course at this point.
But what I'm saying is that we can evade them.
Yes.
And then like sort of trail back and observe them, and then when they leave to go and land, we then board their ship.
I think evasion's just safer. One of those trebuchets would put a hole through the ship that it will not recover from.
Yeah. I think we should just evade.
But in our previous experiences, the giants have completely abandoned their ship when they went inland.
Yeah, but they're going to be trying to chase us.
take.
Okay. We'll deal with them on our way back.
And also, you haven't had any ship completely abandoned.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have when we boarded that one.
Because we killed
it wasn't
them.
completely abandoned.
Oh yeah.
Well, they came out to confront you, and you killed them.
I forgot about that part.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
they
did
killed
evade
them.
Idiots.
So, what are you guys doing with in regards to this?
Evading.
Yeah.
Okay. Easily enough, within a few hours, you've lost sight of the ship. Captain Thunderhail has sped you on full speed ahead. The drums down below making a resounding rhythm for the oarmen to pick up speed. And I think when we start next time, you guys will be approximately there. Okay.
If we do see it, because that giant ship is going south, right?
It was going south, yeah.
If we see one going north, it probably means that it's collected its bounty and going back home. Maybe then would be maybe a bit more better to strike, because they would be damaged, and or maybe they would have taken some casualties.
Or we could just not keep on trying to raid giant ships and getting possibly massacred.
It's been a good business venture so far.
With our 0 AoE damage and only single attack options.
We've got AoE now, but it would require your healer. It would require your healer being in melee, so that's not great.
Yeah, limited AoE.
I mean, Spirit Guardians is fucking awesome. But yeah.
To wrap up, you guys have been at sea for, I think, probably 7 days at this point. Yeah, 7.5 days. Well, I'll move you up another hex so it can be an even 8. 8 days at sea at this point. If you're still making Cole do rations, Cole, make sure you mark off 8 rations.
Eventually, Blue will relent, and once again let Cole experience the sweet
only 20
juiciness of a good
days
berry.
after his supposed ban ended.
Blue doesn't have a good sense of time. He doesn't have the keen mind feat.
On these 8 days of travel, would there have been anything that you guys wanted to do in terms of downtime or learning experiences or anything of that nature? Any conversations or interactions with the captain or the crew?
Yeah, Cole will just be talking to them all because, he loves being on a ship again and he's having probably the best time he's had in weeks.
I would have used the sending stone to send a message to our benefactor telling him that, hey, giant long ship coming, 6 of them. If you got any adventurers, maybe you might want to get them onto that bulwark.
You hear back the wizened old voice of Crowan say, "This is not enough information. How many? Where are they coming?"
Minimum of 6 done from Red Rocks.
I will tell them, I will give them all the information tomorrow.
Find it, it's too late.
Yeah, well, they can only move 2 tiles a day. And we were like 2 tiles out at sea.
I think Blue will spend a lot of time talking with the crew and getting to know people. And he will, having now tested his Goodberry muscle relaxer several times, he'll whip some of that up for the oarmen and soothe their
aches and
pain
pains.
bodies. Yes.
Deep heat.
Okay. And Jack, because this was a little montage thing, the next day you could have given Crowan more information, and we'll stop there since we didn't take a break earlier in the game. All right.
Bye, everyone.
I haven't been paying attention if anyone's been watching. If you were, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Pride Month. Hope your week was good. Make the next one equally good. Thanks for joining us. Same time next week. Bye.
Bye.